Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here with all four lobes of my brain securely bound behind my back. And today I'm going to talk about people that work alongside you who have drank the corporate call center Kool-Aid. Stay tuned. So when you talk about corporate Kool-Aid, you're talking about employees you work alongside that seem to have bought wholeheartedly into the company's vision and their missions and their goals. And they don't speak ill of the company or the CEO or their manager. They're yes men, they're sycophants, they're very happy, they seem happy. Employees that are totally on board with whatever the company says. If the company said go run barefoot through broken glass, they'll do it.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?
So one of my subscribers wrote to me, and I beg for your forgiveness. I've forgotten your name because I didn't write it down. But one of my subscribers asked me to do a video about people who have consumed the corporate call center Kool-Aid, and I wanted to talk about that because I think it's a real vital and valid question and a valid topic to cover. Before I get to that, let me ask you to please, sir. Please, kind sir, hit the thumbs up button if you like my video. Subscribe, because 2024, damn it, is going to be a new year. I'm going to get more subscribers. What do you think about that, Sven? I don't know. That's a good idea, Tay. That's Sven. I got Sven from a garage sale at Area 51. Here's an article I found on LinkedIn. It says, what flavor is your corporate Kool-Aid? For those of you that aren't aware, there's an expression in the corporate world that says they drank the Kool-Aid, which is in a reference to like Jim Jones that had a bunch of people drink cyanide in a Kool-Aid and they all died, like 150 or 500 people in some religious cult down. I think it was South America, all died because this religious leader convinced them all to commit mass suicide. But it says here that this is a fairly common expression that is used in business. While the origin of the expression is often traced back to a tragic event that occurred in the late 1970s, the expression has since become colloquial for someone who totally embraces an ideology or philosophy. Great companies all have employees that seem to be drinking the Kool-Aid. When you think about employees of Apple or Google, for example, you immediately get it. You can almost imagine a great leader serving up the company Kool-Aid and offering the employees a glass. The employees drink, and then they are aligned with the company's mission. And they show a very comical picture of Steve Jobs serving a picture of Kool-Aid. So when you talk about corporate Kool-Aid, you're talking about employees you work alongside that seem to have bought wholeheartedly into the company's vision and their missions and their goals. And they don't speak ill of the company or the CEO or their manager. They're yes men, they're sycophants, they're very happy, they seem happy. Employees that are totally on board with whatever the company says. If the company said go run barefoot through broken glass, they'll do it. If the company says, I want you to get a tattoo on your eyelids, it's that when you close your eyes, it says, I love my company, they would do it. If the company said, I want you to divorce your wife and cut off your left arm, they would do it. They're totally in to whatever that company's visions and goals and, all of it is about. So that's what drinking the company Kool-Aid means. In every call center or in every corporate environment, there is always somebody like this. It is just happy. They're just so happy to be there, happy to be at work. They're smiling. It's all about having fun. Everyone's like Bill Fleetemeister. And there's always a guy or a gal like this who is nice and smiling and happy, wouldn't say shit if they had a mouthful. But keep in mind, I think when you meet people at work who are like this fella over here, who are just joyous and happy to be there, they may actually enjoy their job. Not everybody hates this job, and there are some people that enjoy it. They have a knack for it. Now, also keep in mind, there's a lot of single people that work at this job who have rent to pay. and this is their first corporate job, and they think they've got a really good thing going. They don't know anything. They don't know any better. So, for instance, if you have somebody who's coming to this job who used to work in fast food or in retail, and there's a lot of people that come into call centers from retail, or they come into call centers from the factory lines, or they come in from manufacturing, I should say. So a lot of those people are not going to complain because they think they've made it. They think they've made a step up from fast food. They've made a step up from retail. So a lot of the people will not complain and will look like they're having a great time. There's a lot of single parents that work in these call centers. There's lots of women that work in call centers, and many of them are single moms. This isn't a statement to be sexist. This is fact. There's more women that work in call centers, I would say, than men. And many of the single moms are there because they're trying to put food on the table for their kids because daddy took off, or daddy hit the road, or daddy OD'd, or daddy's was sent up the river for selling crack or something. I'm not being facetious. This is all real. This is stuff I've all heard. And they need this job, and they're not going to sit in the break room and bitch and want to complain about the company because they know darn well if they're heard bitching about the company's going to find a way to get rid of them, and they need this job to put food on the table for their kids and for themselves, to keep a roof over the head of themselves and their kids. So you may reach a lot of people in these call centers who on the outside appear to be like Mr. Happy Pants over here, but on the inside they're dying just like the rest of us, but they can't afford to complain because they need the job so bad. Another kind of person you're going to meet in the call centers are people who are not educated. And again, I'm not being mean. There are people who I don't even know if they have college or high school degrees, high school diplomas, or any type of college. But there was a woman I worked with at Wells Fargo Bank. She was maybe my height, about 5'11", but she was very, very large. She was probably a good 350 pounds. She had warts on her face. Her hair was dirty. It was pulled back into a bun. She rarely bathed. She reeked of sweat. She wore sweatpants and t-shirts to work. Even on dress-up days, there was no dressing this woman up, but she was amazing on the phones. I sat right next to her. She was the quintessential, prior to bots, she was the quintessential human robot agent that just knew all the information. She was good with the system. She was good with the customers, and she had been there for years. She was like one of the old timers, as they call them. So there are some people you meet who don't say anything bad because they like what they're doing. There's also people that come to the call center who previously worked, as I said, in the assembly lines or in manufacturing. They've worked in fast food, or they've worked in restaurants. And they think they've never worked in a corporate environment before. And they've never worked in a place where they're treated well, where they have a good, clean environment to work in, where they're not covered with grease at the end of the day, or dirt or grime, where they don't have customers yelling at them to their face in person. And they don't know any better. They don't know that you're really a grunt in the call center. So in the recruiting process, you bring somebody in from a restaurant, from the assembly line, and the recruiter will promise them the earth, but deliver them Cleveland. Okay. So they'll promise them the world, and they have absolutely no chance of getting promoted, but they don't know it. They have no chance of becoming a member of the marketing team, but they don't know it. They have no chance of utilizing the college tuition reimbursement plan because they'll never get off the phones to go to school, but they don't know that. So they're wined and dined, so to speak, in the recruiting process. They're told that they're going to get all these glorious things when in fact many of the glorious things they're told they're going to get are unobtainable. So they come in at first and they're just like, oh, this is so great. I don't have to flip burgers anymore. I don't have to smell like, food grease and all that stuff. So you're going to meet a lot of people that come in that have never had a corporate job, and they think this is corporate. They think this is the greatest job in the world because they don't know any better. And they're not going to complain because they think they finally made it. They've reached the promised land. Finally, you're going to have a lot of young people in call centers who have tasted the Kool-Aid, the corporate Kool-Aid. And a lot of young people who are either fresh out of high school or fresh out of college, got their degree and got seduced by the recruiter, the call center recruiter. They come in, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, just like a new recruit out of boot camp that hits the front lines of some battle and war, and they're going to just go kill. You know, a lot of people come out of college thinking that they put on the best face, they put on a positive, happy face, that they will make it, they will be promoted, they will be recognized. And they do the best they can to grin and bear it. And they're young. Again, they don't know any better. They're naive. They don't know what really is in store for them on the phones. They don't know what's in store for them with their manager. And they don't know that the chances and the likelihood of them getting promoted out of the call center is slim to none. And most of them don't know they'll be gone within the next 90 to 180 days, or they'll quit or they'll get fired or whatever. And most of the young kids come in just trying to look as good and positive as possible to try to impress the managers and the directors of the department, because they come in thinking, well, I've got a degree, I'm bright-eyed, I'm bushy-tailed, I'm young, I'm attractive, I can, I'm smart, I'm energetic, I can do all that, and a lot of you will come into this, a lot of people will come into this with an attitude. So those are some of the ideas behind the people that look like they're happy at work, they've drunk or they've drank or they've injected the Kool-Aid. They've had too much of the corporate Kool-Aid. So, hey there, if you, I'm talking to you, man, if you like this video, give me the thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button there, buddy. And let everybody know that I'm out here talking about the struggles of working in a call center and in the corporate world. The new year's around the corner, people. So let's make 2024 better than 2023. Have a good day. I'm PTPOP. I'm signing off, baby. Auf Wiedersehen.
Would you like fries with that? Would you like fries with that?